Hey everybody, this is Pastor Trev and Pastor Shondell. We're here to share with you some of the upcoming things in 2021. You know, as we look back on 2020, Pastor has phrased it so well that 2020 has not been an interruption, but it's been a disruption. You can look at the sanctuary behind us and how it has been empty for most of the year. Our sanctuary has literally become our studio. And so in the middle of this pandemic, we have learned to pivot. Now, pivoting is a basketball term most of the time, where a person who is dribbling and they've had to pick up their dribble for whatever reason, when they are able to pivot, it gives them options on ways that they can pass or shoot. If 2020 has done anything, it has caused us to pick up our dribble. But because we have learned to pivot during this time, we have adjusted on how we're doing ministry. Our message is still the same, but our method has changed. And so in 2021, we will continue through the first quarter, with our virtual worship encounters. Now, I want you to mark your calendar for April the 4th, 2021. That is Easter Sunday, Resurrection Sunday. We will come together for a worship encounter. I don't know how we're going to do it. I don't know if we'll be in the stadium, we'll be outside, if we'll have multiple worship encounters in here. But let me tell you something, we're coming together to celebrate the resurrection of our Lord, April the 4th, 2021.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And do know, I think it's important that you understand, as we're continuing in virtual worship, we're making some serious change. Well, there's been some serious changes already made in the building. You know, as Pastor Trev so eloquently said, you know, not only has the sanctuary, the whole campus has become like Koinonia Studios, you know, because we've invested in equipment, and we've invested in people, staff, because you can't get new equipment if you don't know how to use it. So we've invested in staff. We're automating several things in the building. You know, I think it's cool. You can go in the bathroom now, wash your hands, just stick your hands under there, the water comes on. You can use the restroom, the toilet flushes by itself, and those things sound fun, but it's essential. You know, things have changed. This is a disruption. And so we have automation in the restrooms. You can even open and close the door with your foot. You know, I know it sounds simple, but that's necessary. You'll walk through, if you go through the building now, you'll see more hand sanitizer stations. We had to get our own because we were having the building cleaned so many times by an outside group. We said, you know, we might as well just get the equipment. So we have the equipment to do. It's called electrostatic disinfecting. You know, we're doing things like that because we're preparing for the future. We know that, as you said, Pastor Trevor, it's not just interruption where we hit pause and just pick up right where we were. We're changing some things because we want to make sure we're ready for ministry in the future. And we're making changes. Now, as we've made changes, we realize that there'll be more changes needed in ministry in terms of more opportunities. You know, it's all about capturing footage now, you know, and we realize the virtual experience isn't going anywhere. Even as whenever the time comes, we're able to come back face to face, that virtual experience isn't leaving. And so we're making significant changes to be ready for the future. One of the coolest things I'll tell you, I thought is really neat coming up is as we even want to engage more through our virtual encounters, our youth, our S3, our teens, and the kid men, how about that? They're going to have an app, their own app. You know, we've got Koinonia app, but they're going to have their own app so that during these worship encounters, they can engage even more. They'll have their lessons and videos and things like that on their own app. I didn't have anything like that when I was a kid. But just to let you know, these are ways that we are changing and preparing to continue to do great ministry as we go into 2021.
Yeah. So as we are starting 2021, in the month of January, we are having what we call first month, first fruit. Now, it was really laid on Bishop's heart to be able to really share with us on a weekly basis outside of Sunday. So on Wednesdays, our Bible will go back to Bible study every Wednesday for the month of January at 12 noon, and you can catch it again at 7 p.m. But this is a very, very big deal. So we get to hear the heart of our pastor and some very important things that she wants to share at the beginning of this year.
Yeah, and that's good. And so they may ask, well, what happens to Life App classes? You know, because we had an amazing year of Life App classes. And so they're not going anywhere. So Bible study will continue, like you said, weekly through January. But then from February through July, we'll continue with Bible study second and fourth week. So we won't have Life App classes all the way through July. But then they will resume in August. And so next fall, August through December, we'll resume another round of our Life App classes. And that gives us opportunity to refine and improve what we're currently doing. But it also gives us a chance to hear for a while directly from our pastor through the Bible study.
So you say, what about life groups? Life groups will be back the first week of February, and our life groups run the first and third weeks of each month. Now, you hear us say all the time that we were not meant to do life alone, and that is so important. It's always been a part of the plan of God, but especially during this time where we are meeting virtually, we need life groups so that we can connect and experience the true meaning. Our name, Koinonia, Authentic Fellowship, it comes through life groups. So make sure that you sign up on the website.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And then last, what we'll say, it was Bishop's heart to make sure that everybody knew that as we're planning to come back together face to face, we're doing so with wisdom. We have many people in the church who have been great consultants to help us to figure out the safe way to do different things. We have close contact with the health department, and we are planning to make sure that whenever it is time to come back to face worship, that we do so in a way that's wise and in a way that's safe. And doing that, we've already established different phases of openings, kind of like the state did. You have phase 1, 2, 2.5, 3. We've got our Koinonia phases. You can go to kccfamily.com/what's next, and you can actually see how the different phases of reopening will occur when it's time to resume face to face. We know the virtual ministry isn't going anywhere, but we do want to make sure that we have an opportunity in the future to come back together, and when we do so, we want to do so safely. So you'll see those phases. We're going to be safe. We're going to make sure we use wisdom and things like that. But we just want you to know that we're preparing for that process as well.
Yeah. And so we want to thank you so much for this little brief time to be able to talk about 2021, but we want you to make sure that you be a part of the worship encounter on February the 7th. That is our Vision Sunday, and our pastor will share the entire vision of 2021 and where God is leading and directing us. You're not going to want to miss it.